Hello everybody, my name is Chris Meckley from ACI Aquaculture. I'm sure you guys have seen me here on many videos Richard's done. And we are going to talk about the effects of the pandemic on ACI and what we've noticed in the industry. And I hope that gives hobbyists a little bit of insight as to a lot of different things that are going on right now. And any of my customers, you'll get a chance to understand why we do what we do now. So as you all know, I don't know, was that back at the end of March, the first week in April, we got hit with this thing, the pandemic, the COVID-19, kind of threw us all for a loop, scared me, made me worried. And when I found that we were an essential business, it relieved me, but it did not relieve all the stress that came along with the whole COVID thing. We ended up laying off our employees for 6 weeks, and we didn't know what was going to happen with the industry. We didn't know if we were going to be able to continue to do business. We didn't know if people were going to take care of their aquariums. We didn't know what was going to go on. And I'll tell you what, the first week was probably the scariest week I ever had at this farm that we are currently at right now. We ended up having the worst week in the history of ACI Aquaculture here at the farm. It was like way back in the garage days when my wife and I used to look at each other and, well, yeah, we did this much money this week. Now we're going, oh my God, what are we gonna do? We're never gonna keep the rent paid. We'll never be able to keep employees. We can't even pay our manager. We can't pay ourselves if this is the way things are gonna go. It lit a fire under my rear end to try to change things up and to, of course, cope and evolve with what is going on. And after that first week of dismal sales numbers with lots of amazing stuff in stock that we had been holding for weeks, when I decided I was going to start doing live videos on Saturdays on Facebook, on our Facebook page, it brought excitement level back for me that I don't really get a chance to do all the time. That first week, one of the things that we don't have anymore is walk-in customers. And again, I say this all the time, but everybody knows me, I like to talk, and I love to talk about reef aquariums, about corals, about fish. It's what I love to do. But when COVID hit, we shut down walk-ins completely for obvious reasons. It was something that I had coined around and talked about doing for a long time. And it wasn't because I don't want to see my customers that would come in and pick their stuff out. It was mainly because of my own personal issues with not shutting up. And it opened my eyes when COVID hit, and I didn't have those people to talk to, and I got all my stuff done that I had to get done, and I had no business. It was like freaky. When you ship out the dismal amount of livestock that we had available to our customers, and there was plenty of it available, but I thought that stores weren't going to be opening, and we weren't going to have anybody to sell to, and shipments weren't going to be able to come in, and there was a lot of what ifs that first week. And me coming into the farm on a Saturday and just saying, you know what, I'm going to wing it. I'm going to do this live video and I'm going to talk about it. And God, it brings back the memories of that. It's getting to me here, because that first week, I'm blessed every day that we are able to continue to do business because we're considered essential. And that first live video I did, I got all weird on it, and you know what? Got out of that little weirdness. I'm starting to get it now. Don't know why, but I guess it's because I love what I do so much, and I love talking to people about it. And here we are right now. Just it is what it is. You can't evolve. You're going to have issues. You're going to fail. We evolved. I decided to do these live videos, and it has just made the business stronger. I can't have my customers come to me anymore, but then again, there was so many customers that I had that could never come to me unless they got on a plane and flew to me. And did I have people do it? Yeah, people flew in all the time. Chris, when's the shipment coming in? It's coming in this day, this day. When's a good day to come? I don't know, pick one. People buy plane tickets, they fly down, they drive their stuff back that day. Well, that's all over with, folks. And I'll be quite honest with you, COVID opened my eyes. It's not coming back. And am I going to miss all the people that I enjoyed talking to on those mornings that I would get shipments in about the beautiful stuff that came in? Yes, I'm going to miss you guys. And now we do this big, between 200 and 400, what you see is what you get every week. Sometimes we do it twice in a week. And We had to upgrade our website to a bigger server, and I'm being told now we need to do it a second time because the following has gotten there to the point where we've had over 160 people, customers on the website on Sunday afternoon at noon when we launch that week's What You See Is What You Get. There's that many people that have a fair shot at every single coral and not the first people that walk through the door. And I love that. It's fair, it's honest, it's true. It's not catering to anybody in particular. And I hope that the people that support me through all of this hysteria that is going on understand that it's opened my eyes to bring more to a larger demographic than just the handful that could be here, and made sure that they were here to get the best of the best. Now you all have a fair shot, and I think it's been beneficial to a lot of customers. I got customers in the beginning that were like, I missed this coral, I missed that coral. I'm like, you gotta be faster. Your website's the problem. Well, we fixed the website. Now it's not the website, now it's your finger. So bottom line, I don't get any hate messages like I did in the beginning of this whole deal because they couldn't come and handpick. I get, messages of, dude, I can't believe I missed that coral. I know I had to be one of the first persons to log in. I love it because I get nothing but positive feedback on it all. Even the customers that are, especially from the customers that are out of state that I have to ship to, even the ones that are 4 hours away that I have to ship to, they get on, they do their darndest to get everything that they want, but they might only get 3 or 4 pieces, but guess what? Then they get to go through and look at the website and see all the other amazing corals that we have to offer on a weekly basis. A lot of people don't even look at that stuff. And now that it is strictly all done off our website, we've got a following and people are asking, hey, when is more of this gonna be released? When is more of this gonna be released? And it's building and growing ACI to where my dream was for ACI, not just for the select few that could be here to pick, but for the entire customer base that we have. And for all of those customers that have just come on board since COVID, that continue to keep supporting us, even though there's, other importers bringing corals in, thank you. To all my customers, thank you. COVID has been a real eye-opener for me on how to run my business, and it's made us stronger than we've ever been. And in a way, the negative has turned into a huge positive. Okay, so with the fact that the freight is higher and the fact that because the travel time is longer and we had to, pack them heavier. So, we had to put, in some cases in certain corals like Euphyllia, we had to put double the amount of water with the corals because they're going to be in the box for almost double the amount of time. And, the hobbyist side of it never will ever see or understand that. But it was like, the embarrassment for me to sell that coral for that much more money was like, oh my God, hobbyists wouldn't understand it, but I hope that they see the video and they do understand it. And that didn't even equate to the fact that the freight was more money, but then the cost of the corals went up in price because for 2 years, these poor people were over there working. I had some of my suppliers were telling me they were doing half time for their employees so they could keep them a job. Well, when they went back full time, of course, they had to come out of their pocket. Then their fishermen, over 2 years seeing all the prices on the internet, well, their prices went up. So they're paying more money for the corals. So of course, I'm paying more money for the corals. So I'm paying more for the corals. I'm paying more for freight. We double the freight weight. So freight's quadruple or more, hence the price of the corals being so high. So that's a bummer. We all can't stand that. I don't like it. It embarrasses me when I have to sell a coral that I used to sell for less than $100 for $200. I'm seeing it already. Since we got another airline flying into Miami, which is amazing, I'm happy about it. We got the freight price from 3 week ago shipment dropped over $2.50 a kilo. Come on, keep going down, baby, because I would love to see the freight go back to where it was, but as we all know, in reality, we will never see that old freight rate ever again. It's the same thing that happened when we had fuel increases and they put their fuel surcharges on. They never went away. So will we get it close to where it used to be? Yes. Will the price of corals come down because of it? Yes. How far? I don't know. They need to increase their travel times like they used to, back to what they used to be, and they need to bring the freight rate down so that we can pack a little tighter with the cheaper freight rate will help to bring the corals down to be more reasonable. Even though there's certain corals I don't think ever were priced properly. They should have always been high because of what they are. I'm not going to mention any of them because they're old when we get them, and they command a better value. And the people that understand the corals know what I'm talking about. But they should still be a little bit cheaper. Not only the elite should be able to purchase them, but anyhow. So overall, everything that's happened with COVID has, in my opinion, really helped the company. The industry's been through the roof. We can't keep the stuff in stock as we put it available. I talk to numerous people in this industry that are blessed, feeling blessed every day that they're keeping rolling. My buddy Josh is like overwhelmed with his POs. I sent him a massive one for scrubbers, and I'm waiting, and the poor guy can't get lights because China was shut down forever, and now he can't get lights, and he just got them in, and he's hopefully gonna get them to me. Overall, the industry has gotten a huge boost because everybody's stuck at home, and what are they gonna do? Stare at the fish tank. You know, in some cases, you know, people were, didn't have any way to spend the money that they were making that were still working, and they invested in their aquarium because their family's at home and enjoying it. And I think that's amazing. I just hope that when all this is over, that the industry continues to grow and we don't see a huge stagnant area in it. But I guess that's all gonna be brought to light here whenever this does go away, which it is what it is, and that's my outtake on the whole COVID deal that's going on. And hope you enjoyed it, and I'm waiting for this video to come out because I'm waiting to see some people's responses to some of the things that I've said. I will happily chime in and either try to understand it or completely agree.